my God, ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? All right. Well, guess what? The world has been shooketh to its coreth yet again. All right. My God. My God. You know, it's really funny. Some of the things that are being openly discussed as of lately. You have a lot of different discussions going on around various topics. Various topics. And I do find it fascinating, probably as do most of you, because the main thing is this. We are slowly coming to the conclusion, as black people, that you motherfuckers might just be crazy. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. There were so many good live streams last night. Of course, Anton After Hours. We always salute him. As well as the 5150 and MTR. How amazing is that? I mean, come on, dog. You getting a 2-for-1 out here. I did not know what to do. I had the Xbox on. I had my phone on. It was a systematic overload last night. There was a lot of information to digest. Corey Holcomb being Corey Holcomb. I mean, getting it in. Doing the things that the Lord does. Right? I mean, because he does a lot of great things, and he does a lot of things so very well. As well as, one of the most articulate guys, such as MTR. This is why that guy gets the views. This is why he gets the follows. The guy is smooth. He's amazing. He's dynamic. He's like him and Anton are almost like the same. The only difference is that MTR looks like he's taller, and obviously he's light skinned, right? Other than that, that's it. These guys went to the Kevin Samuels boot camp, right? Just like if you were doing music, we all went to the Michael Jackson boot camp, right? I mean, before we found out what Diddy's camp was all about, okay? We all went to the Mike Jackson school of singing and dancing and doing everything. And then some little yellow nigga named Chris Brown came out and destroyed all of our ambitions. But anyways, oh my God. What do y'all think about crazy people? Like, seriously. There is a lot of mental illness that is rampant in the fucking community. I mean, for one, I saw it over the weekend, and I was absolutely terrified. And just so you know, it's an old joke from Paul Mooney, right? Paul Mooney was talking about when he sees things that are weird, he just starts saying, Scully, Scully, from the X-Files, right? Because when things don't make sense, what are we really talking about here, right? And the main point is this. Miss bsimone, for fuck's sake, honey. I don't even know where to begin. Where do I really even start? Like, seriously, this woman is out here crying about potentially fumbling the bag, right? Which sucks. And look, she's doing other things, right? But then you're jealous at your friend's success. because she figured it out. Even though you actively chose not to help her, you had her get it out the mud. Which, and again, look, there are lessons to be learned within struggling through certain things, because we get ourselves in these situations that we actively put ourselves in through our choices. You know, some of you niggas have kids, male and female, with somebody that you were just fucking. Those are choices, right? And again, the societal norms of Blackistan make these situationships possible. And now you up here listening to Bruno Mars smoking out the window over some little cutie who you weren't planning on creating a life with, but you know, because the pussy's good and you on prep, you skeeted it down, and now all of a sudden you're shocked that you have, oh my God, y'all up there doing the whole confessions thing. Nah, man, put that on everything. Y'all got a little flip phone like Usher. Put that on everything I love. Oh man, how am I going to explain this? This is what you niggas do, right? So you get yourself into these situations that are honestly the worst, and they produce the worst outcomes, and yet you still want to be saved by somebody when you didn't have the foresight to save yourself. And that's the whole thing. Like, what is it that we're actually talking about here? What is it that we're really talking about here? You know, and some people are kind of down on this whole bsimone chick. I'm not that way. I'm not that kind of person. Now, I will say this. If I saw somebody that I love struggling, even through some fucked up decision making, sometimes you got to shoot people some bail, right? I mean, it says it rains on the just and the unjust, right? Which means pretty much in the terms of Scarface, every dog has his day, right? So with that being said, I mean, you can't always interfere with somebody's process, but at the same time, when is it that you intervene to give somebody the hand up, right? Because sometimes you do learn something, but it's going to cost. And much like bsimone witnessing her friend's life unraveling, when is it that you decide to get involved, I think also matters too. But I'm not, especially if I haven't, and especially if you're helping other people out, I'm not going to let a friend fall. To an extent, right? I mean, a prime example is like, look at what's going on in the Middle East, right? I seen something on X that is it's really it's telling, right? What it is it's the scene from Casino. It's Nikki and Rothstein, right? They're in the middle of the desert, and Nikki is telling, you know, Rothstein about himself, letting him know, look, you wouldn't even be out here if it wasn't for me, right? Which is true. However, Sam Rothstein was the brainchild behind a lot of different things. And Nikki was the one up here. He was the enforcer. Two things can be true at the same time. However, We all know how that eventually ended up going, and we've seen the tragic outcomes of which came to be. So, with that being said, you also have to be cognizant of what it is and who it is and why it is that you are helping people all at the same time, allowing somebody to understand the totality of what it is that they're actually doing and how it is that we've come into some of these situations. Sometimes it's not a bailout, right? Sometimes, legitly, people do need help. But the one thing that I did find absolutely repulsive from Miss B. Simone is how when your friend started actively doing better than you, and that's where she's getting slaughtered. Now you're jealous, right? And this is why pretty girls are just mean. Because here's the thing. That's why they always got one of them big back bitches as one of their friends, right? And they always have a super ugly, skinny anorexic. You got one of those, you got a few big backs, and then you have your main pack of, girls that are pretty, but ain't none of them bitches better than you, right? This is how they work. This is how they work. They are a pack-like animal. And you can't be doing better than I am, because then you diminish the next woman's greatness. This is how it works. This is the animal kingdom. Oh. Yo. I mean, and that is absolutely diabolical, right? So, I mean, I don't know. Are we reading too much into this? I don't think we are. But I do think it's interesting how people are just watching. We are watching this in real time. That's all I'm saying. Take with the information what you will, people. In the meantime, in between time, if you can help somebody, go ahead and just do it. There's nothing wrong with helping somebody if you got it, but never before you help yourself. That's number one. I think there's a couple different lessons that, these are both teachable moments, but you should never, ever be disappointed because your friend could potentially pass you up after you had such a nice head start. That's where we are, people. And that's why people are on her ass. But who am I? I'm just Maddie from the Terrible People Podcast. Ladies and gents, that's all I have for today. In the meantime, in between time, please, it's Wednesday. We halfway through it. Please, try not to have a nigga moment, and we will see you in the next one.